Okay, we're recording.
Okay.
Good morning, Ms. Guzman. I hope everything's good today.
Yeah, I woke up okay today.
That's good. Just so ready for the break, right?
Yes, ready. Asking me.
Okay, so today we're doing kind of a focused coaching session with you. You created this lesson plan, so we're just kind of gonna um, like analyze it a little bit and just talk about it a little bit.
Okay.
So what are your goals? What do you want to accomplish with this lesson?
Um, well, we're addressing the ELA TEK 7.1b, and that's, the student is expected to follow and give complex oral instructions to perform specific tasks to answer questions or solve problems. In this lesson, the goal is for the students to teach senior citizens how to navigate a high-tech device by preparing a set of instructions that would help them. Um, I want the students to be able to write instructions and be able to narrate a description of how to use technology while, keeping their audience in mind.
Awesome. And that sounds like it does directly align to that take of complex and explicit oral
Yeah,
instructions.
yeah.
Okay, so what's the final product that the students will be turning in? Will they be working
Um,
in groups, pairs, individually?
Yeah, I'm gonna put them into groups, based on what I've seen so far and, where everybody's at. Also, keeping in mind like who talks to who and who's comfortable with who. Um, and then the finished product, I'm gonna give them a blank Google Doc. They're gonna be typing it out. Um, I told them, to be creative, to keep their audience in mind, if they feel like they would learn better with, adding pictures or some type of animations in there, that they were more than, uh, they were, I'm just letting them be creative with it.
Awesome. That sounds good. That's
Mhm.
um how will you know you have accomplished your goals? Like what are your success indicators? What evidence are you going to collect?
Um, well, when I let them go off into their groups, before that, I'm going to go over a simple rubric that they have to follow when preparing those instructions. And then when it's time to present, I'll be the one, checking off on the rubric to see if they followed it or not.
Will the students have an opportunity to use the rubric to evaluate their own work or maybe even others' work?
Well, as they create their instructions, they'll be following the rubric and, making sure, checking off on it to make sure that, they're abiding by it. But them using it to evaluate their peers' work, no. But I mean, now that you mention it, I think it would be, good to add in there to make it more meaningful.
Yeah, maybe they'll be like, okay, someone's gonna look at this, so it better be good.
Yeah, yeah. And maybe it'll, light a fire to them to, want to do it good.
Yeah. Okay, so how will you get there? What steps will you take? What strategies will you use to get to your goal?
I wanted to model, different examples of instructions of how to make like a PB&J sandwich. I'm going to model instructions that don't have all the steps required to make the sandwich. And then after I'll model, and explain the instructions the correct way. So in other words, like I want them to see, the first set of instructions, they're not, as explicit. Like a lot of the times, they just want to jot down the major instructions, but I want them to be able to see like there's, simple instructions that are in between those major instructions. Um, and then of course, we're going to use cooperative learning for the activity as well. The students will, share their ideas in the groups and come up with the instructions together.
What might also be an idea for that is, like you said, you had your instructions that don't have everything, simple that don't have everything, and the complex, explicit ones. maybe
Mhm.
have the students guide you, you know, at first. But and if you had like an actual sandwich items and have
Mhm.
the students guide you, and they're gonna, you know, you just model it according to their instructions, and maybe they'll see that they need to be more explicit. It might help them, you know, just see the difference of their own instructions and like how explicit ones look. Just something to think about.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean that sounds like a good idea. I can manage that. I
Mhm.
think, in a normal setting, I would have the students making the sandwich themselves using my instructions. But because everything is virtual, I could probably post the instructions and have one of them read it out loud as I follow along making the instructions. I mean the sandwich, I'm sorry. They'd be able to see, that the first set of instructions are missing the crucial simple steps versus the second set of instructions, they'd be more detailed.
Yeah, that sounds like a great modeling of the lesson.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
So what do you want to learn from this experience? In other words, what kind of self-assessment will you use to document your growth?
Um, just evaluating the student data and seeing, whether they were successful or not. If there, any type of misconceptions, then I would reflect and see what it is that I could have done better. Maybe use different strategies the next time. It just really depends on, their products.
Yeah, and I think we could all benefit from explicit instructions. Having data to back that up would be amazing. Do you feel that your instructions for this assignment are explicit?
I believe so. I think they'd take away more from me modeling it for them and having them participate in telling me the instructions. I think they'd be able to, tell the difference between both sets of instructions and, they'd be able to see, it's crucial to include, those simple steps because without those simple steps, you can't make a sandwich or navigate a high-tech device.
True, true, true. Has the coaching process helped you be more prepared for your learning experience? And what do you think could be included in the process to make it more meaningful for you?
Um, I think the coaching process has, helped. Being new to the content, I thought I was really gonna have a hard time, but I've had really great support this year. And I think it's working out so far. I mean, I try to keep up and if I do have any questions, I come to you or Miss Jones or, anybody. Like I feel like whatever I need, they're there. Y'all are there.
Oh, well, I'm glad you feel that the coaching process has helped. I'm glad that you feel that I've been supportive for you. Of course, this is not a normal year. You've been a champ taking on ELAR new content during a pandemic.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I was skeptical at first, but I it's growing on me.
Okay, well, thank you for your time and your effort that you put into teaching this new subject. You're doing an amazing job.
Thank you, thank you.
I'll talk to you later. Thanks.
Alrighty, bye bye.